Joseph Trojanowski had many reasons to be proud as he waited for his grandson to visit. His visitor was coming to Buffalo, New York, all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii, where he had served his country in the shipyards at Pearl Harbor. The excitement that he felt as he waited gave him energy. It literally sustained his life. When his grandson entered the room, he exclaimed, "Welcome, Wojciech," a Polish nickname he had given him at birth, meaning little boy. He was struck with pride as his grandson entered the room wearing the uniform of the country he had come to love so dearly. He was the only member of the Trojanowski clan who had ever completed college, earning him the right to serve as an officer in the United States Navy. Joseph came from Poland at the age of 17, alone and without the support of his family, like so many European immigrants at the end of World War I. He settled in Cheektowaga, New York, married the love of his life, and began raising a family, 3 girls and 2 boys, while perfecting his trade as a cabinet maker. Joseph makes heirlooms to be passed between generations with pride, the scorn of production-focused companies looking at quotas and profits. He measures his success by the quality of his relationships and the mortgage he burned decades earlier. He's a proud, hard-working man who's grateful for the blessings that he received. His thoughts return to his grandson as they begin to reminisce about some of the events from their past. They think about all those times when his grandson had come to visit him to work on a Boy Scout merit badge the next day, helping him earn the rank of Eagle Scout. There were those Friday night fish fries where they would go down to the local tavern and share food and companionship with friends and family. Then there was that time he took him down to a local pub where he had built the bar, asking his grandson to run his hand across the top of the bar. Not a single crack, seam, or imperfection was felt. They shared stories from their past, news from the present, and plans for their future. But he knew their time was short. His grandson was on his way to Rhode Island with his family, where he was going to rebuild a naval construction battalion for deployment to Vietnam. He wished their time together could last, for it had energized him and made him feel 30 years younger. After their hug goodbye, Joseph looked skyward and whispered, "Thank you," as his grandson turned for the door. Unexpectedly, his grandson turned back to him and said, "Thank you, Pop, for waiting for me. I love you." As the door closed, he felt content. Joseph had lived a good life, and he was ready to die. He'd held on to relive special moments and to experience the impact that he had made in his grandson's life. He rolled over, closed his eyes, and went to sleep for the final time. The 17-year-old immigrant from Poland had made peace with this life and was ready to move on to the next. Joseph has watched proudly from heaven as he watched his grandson take on many of the same roles that he filled during his life: provider, mentor, coach, and friend. It would take decades for his grandson to realize the impact that their relationship had had on his life. My great-grandfather, Joseph Trojanowski, prepared his grandson, my father, for life, to be a leader, to value relationships, and to live life with a zest for living that was contagious. Maybe without realizing it, my father passed many of those same traits on to me so that I could pass them on to you as your area governor. We can experience the same pride by accepting the honor of mentoring another Toastmaster. The tools of successful communication and leadership go beyond our club, affecting families, schools, and our communities at large. Take pride in your role as a Toastmaster mentor, like a father or grandfather passing on a legacy, timeless skills, tools, and insights for a lifetime. Thank you. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Rick. Very inspiring.